And we continue now with Fox News contributor, the one and only Juan Williams. His brand new book is Muzzled. I can't believe I'm endorsing a book when I'm in, a big fight with you here. You know, Juan, here's the problem. And we went over this with Rand Paul. All of these bills, short of cut, cap, and balance, all of them, and you can't tell me what the president's plan is because he didn't have the courage to come forward with one. He didn't do what the Republicans did because I think he is in over his head, he's weak, and he's not a leader. That aside.
Okay.
No, thank you for conceding that point.
I didn't, but go right ahead.
But here's the point. The Republicans have put forward their plan. And with all of these plans, short of cut, cap, and balance, and what Rand Paul and I were talking about tonight, we're still increasing spending 8% a year. Not only are we taking a sledgehammer to our kids' piggy banks, we're taking a bulldozer to freedom, our Constitution, and their future opportunity. And that's why this matters. We get this right now. And that's why the president should have led.
Let me just say this to you. The president has been leading, and the president has been trying to engage in serious negotiation. When you talk about the size of government spending, let me just remind you that taxes in this country are at a 60-year low in terms of GDP. Secondly, let me remind you something, that the country is growing. We have more people on entitlements than ever. More people, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and aging population. So there's going to be increased spending, and we have to provide for our people, especially people who paid into that system.
Every family watching this program right now, every person all around the world that watch this program and watch the Fox News channel, if they fall short of money, and I told them they got to freeze spending for 6 years and just cut 1% a year, do you think they could do it? Do you think that's possible?
This is a totally false analogy.
No, but it's not a false.
Let me tell you why it's different.
We're headed
Your family and my family, as fortunate as we are in America, we don't print money in my household. You know what? And we don't have bonds that we can issue and get capital, and we don't guide the rest of the world because of the value of our dollar.
We are becoming Greece. The debt to GDP ratio is going to be 100% of what we take in. That means that every penny this country takes in is going to go to service the debt, and that means that we will not be able to pay for any programs. So if we can experience a little pain now because they have overspent more than anybody else, Barack Obama, Nancy Pelosi, and the Democrats, a little pain now, a little austerity now is going to prevent our kids from working their entire adult lives to pay off this debt that we're accumulating.
Are you working for the Obama campaign? Because this sounds like what President Obama was talking to the Republicans about when he said he's willing to raise the age on Medicaid, right? He's willing to put more people into Part B. Stop with that foolishness.
This is his silly teleprompter he reads.
No, this is no teleprompter. This is what he is saying to Republicans in serious negotiations.
Jay Carney was asked today by yesterday by Chuck Todd. He said, can you show us the deal? And he said, well, we've shown enough leg.
What are you talking about? Look,
that's what he said. He won't show us his deal.
What we're talking about here is trying to work with people. Why don't you stand up and say, you know what, Republicans, you know what, Tea Party members? We've won. We pushed this. You think he's a liberal far-left president, right? This liberal far-left president is willing to engage in entitlement cuts, spending cuts, and not what's it about for tax hikes? No tax hikes.
2.5 years.
That's what you're getting from the Democrats.
We've had an 84% increase in discretionary spending under the most fiscally irresponsible, reckless ideologue that's ever been in 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
You are so myopic, and I can't believe
I am so honest. I tell the truth.
You are not honest with this.
I am honest with Obama. He has been a disaster for this country and the economy.
You know what's a disaster for this country? That charade that's going on Capitol Hill tonight.
At least they have some courage and some plan.
Let me tell you something. This is like a bunch of kids out in the woods playing with each other. You say, kids, come in. It's time to do serious business. Let the adults take charge. And President Obama has shown leadership that you refuse to acknowledge, Sean.
I got a headache.